Okay, so I just watched Superman, the Man of Steel, the great new movie, and my biggest tip, if you're gonna go see it in 3D, don't do it drunk, because it's gonna make you puke, like, a lot. It's a problem. Okay, aside from that, my actual review, to sum it up in like 5 words, dumb, 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 dumb. Like, really, really dumb. And I hated it a lot. And I'll tell you this, I like the last Superman movie, if that gives you any idea of how dumb I thought this fucking movie was. Okay, so here are my scribbled down in the dark notes. We'll start with Superman. Isn't he supposed to be like the moral apex of all, I don't know, everything? So my problem is, why does he go crashing into a gas station, exploding the gas station? He has no regard for the hundreds and thousands of people in this metropolis. Literally, the metropolis. They're buildings and crashing buildings. There's no regard for human life, aside from like the general idea of human Earth life. And as we know, Superman, he cares for each and every single life. And they made a point in the movie. He catches that soldier, that one soldier falling down. So we get like a general idea that yes, Superman cares about each individual person, but not quite enough to save them on maybe a medium scale. Not quite atomic bomb, not quite individual, but on a medium scale, he really doesn't give a shit. Because it's the benefit of the Earth, right? Okay, so, and then my next note is, I've got a question mark here. Dumb science, right? I think they mentioned something about creating a sort of black hole thing, right? Like suck, I don't, it was so bad I wanted to die, really, is the problem with that science. So, yeah. Oh, and the terrible editing. The like, oh, we're here, which I guess Zack Snyder, I think, was mentioned in our conversation after the movie, that Isla Fisher, no, sorry, Amy Adams, whoever, they're the same ginger girl in everything. They're the same person. Yeah, so they're in this interrogation room, and he's like, no, I won't do this thing, and then all of a sudden, flash, they're in the desert, and I don't know how they got there, or why they got there, or what's going on. Maybe it's because I'm drunk, but I really thought it was because I have no idea what the fuck is going on. So, thank you, editors, for confusing the shit out of me. And really lame explanations, like, we're gonna go into some exposition about why this thing is happening. I'd rather you just take me on a journey where I have to just believe you because you've given me no explanations, rather than telling me in really weird fake science detail about what you're doing, because then I just have to not believe what you're telling me. Right, so yeah, if you're drunk, you're gonna throw up. That's my next note, which I already covered. And the love story. Oh, the love story, which we all like that line, the kissing. Maybe you've never kissed a human, which is super, or maybe it's because he's not human, I guess. Whatever. It was really lame, because essentially it's just boy plus girl equals love. There's no real dynamic between them. There's no real chemistry. There's nothing exciting about it. She just happened to be in the right place at the right time, and he just happened to be a superhero, muscular, handsome man. So that was a good love story. Yeah, the problem with this is that if Russell Crowe is the best part of your movie, you may have a problem. At least in the later, like, part of this decade. Okay, we can all agree, like, Gladiator, he's had some really good stuff. But in the later part of this decade, if Russell Crowe is the shining star of your movie, that's an issue. So they only have like 10 people working in the military, is what I gathered. There's like maybe 15 people, and they all do the main parts and deal with the main things. So, yeah, and that like silver metallic thing that turns into a thing that grabs Superman, it looks like a hive of bees to me. So, like, Superman fighting bees, maybe I'm off on this, but it was just, I just wasn't impressed. There was a point I just took off my glasses because it was done. Because I was just done. I'm like, I don't care about what comes next. I don't care what's happening. And the best part of this movie, don't get me wrong, there was a good part, and it was the last 3 minutes. It was these like really beautiful kind of human flashbacks of him as this child with this cape and him discovering Clark Kent as an identity, and it was really great talking to Martha Kent. Although during the movie she was this like pussy character, and Martha Kent, as we all know, is this like strong human woman that we want our mothers to be like. That's the idea of an American mother. And in this movie she becomes just she's a sideline. She's nothing. She means nothing. Her relevance is zero, except to create some more exposition with Clark as to where he goes and what he does after the great big alien invasion. And my last point is I have a problem with the alien invasion. Doesn't the yellow sun make all the kryptonite people stronger? So why are all the kryptonite people wearing this armor? I don't know if I missed it when I was helping my friend throw up in the bathroom because we drank like a lot of margarita things, but it never seemed explained to me. And we do get to a point where Zod like goes through his power puberty and his eyes just like and he's like, oh god, the cramps, and it's a problem for like a second, and then he knows how to control it to kill all those people, which like conveniently is the same building that Amy Adams is in. I'm so confused, and it was so scattered, and nothing about it was like poignant or beautiful or human like we expect Superman to be, because he's not human. So we want to see that mirror, and we weren't shown that mirror. We were shown like, I don't know, it was worse than a Michael Bay movie. Seriously, I'm gonna go sit down and I'm gonna watch, just to cleanse my palate, I'm gonna go watch Pearl Harbor, because I think it will make me feel better about the whole experience.